and whenever you're joining us from today, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Coach's Corner. Woohoo!
Yay!
Yeah, I got Coach James with me today. What's
Hello,
up, James?
hello. Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Doing good.
Awesome.
Sipping on my coffee as we do this session as usual.
Let's talk about your coffee. Where'd you get your coffee from? You better not say Whataburger.
From the place where they make a burger.
You got your coffee from Whataburger, bro?
Yes, ma'am. Spicy.
Oh, what makes it spicy?
I like butter in my coffee.
Okay.
With a little bit of cinnamon and salt.
Nice. I've got my dirty chai. I got it from Livia's here locally in Sierra Vista. Support local.
Nice.
Yeah. Of course, coconut milk, right? No dairy products, but very cool. So today we're going to be chatting about the importance of, being in communication with each other, peer-to-peer groups. That's really, really something that people have been asking about, right, James?
Yep, a lot.
Yeah, people always wonder, is there a peer group happening for IrisVision? And I can say that as of right now, there aren't any peer groups sponsored by IrisVision, but it's something that is, a conversation right now. So stay tuned. Maybe you'll see something coming in the future. But in the meantime, what people do is they research their community, right? Because, for example, here in Sierra Vista, we had a peer group, a support group called the Sierra Vista Low Vision Support Group. Now, unfortunately, with everything that happened with COVID, it kind of fizzled down. So we're trying to get it back up and running again. I'm actually the facilitator of that group. And so I'm just kind of working on figuring out how to get it back up and running. But you can always look into your local community and see if there are any support groups near you. Sometimes some facilities like low vision facilities or clinics, they may have information about support groups or anything like that. And of course, we have the web, right, James?
Yep,
people
that
can
is correct.
research. Yeah, people can put anything in Google these days and find an answer. And there are a lot of different groups that are happening via Zoom now. So again, because of what happened with COVID, with the pandemic, there are a lot of people now meeting over video conferencing. So in fact, I was just on a meeting for Foundation Fighting Blindness, and it was really, really cool what information they shared. And James, you're part of Foundation Fighting Blindness too, right?
That is correct. They're having their big get together here pretty quick in Orlando, Florida.
Woohoo! And
Yeah.
it's going to be their first in-person gathering, as I understand it. So
yeah,
that's
since
pretty
COVID.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to be really big. Get your hotel, get your flight, get out there.
Right. And you know what? They're not the only group that have like gatherings like that. There are lots out there. There's so many out there, right?
Oh yeah.
There's the NFB, right? The National Federation for the Blind, the American Council for the Blind, right? Right, James? ACB.
There's several. There's several
lots of
ones.
different organizations. Again, exactly. If you go into Google and you search these things up, you're going to find something local. And if not, it'll definitely probably be more web-based as well. So people want to know how others are using their IrisVision. How are they becoming successful with the different things that they're doing? So I don't know you, James, what you've come across lately, but me, I've come across a lot of people who are actually authors. They're writing their books. They're in the process of writing their books, or they've already written their books. In fact, I'm reading a book right now by one of my clients. Shout out to John Beckham. He's
nice.
He has his books on Amazon, and I'm actually in the process of reading one of his pieces right now, and it's really good. I'm really
cool.
enjoying it so far. Yeah. So there's that. I have people who like to crochet, who like to knit, who like to sew. You've had some interesting people come across to you as well, right, James?
Yeah, I've had a few that in the last probably 3 weeks, I've had clients ask me, is there any IrisVision groups? Peer groups are one thing where you go and get support for, of course, we deal with disability just like anybody else. that has a disability, you want some support, and that's a great way to get it. But then there's IrisVision users who want to group up. Is there any? It's kind of neat. You each have a assistive technology, right? A device to see what they're doing with it, what modes they're doing with it. Oh, and that's why we do this, right, Myrna? We kind of put out there what you can do with it. There's some, Scott was building Legos, Carrie was building, his dad was a pilot, so he started building planes that his dad flew and just got into it more and more. What you can do with the device is amazing. We want to hear about it. And like Myrna said, find other people in your neighborhood, in your state, in your city, that you guys can talk about the device, what you do with it. And then you're right about that author. I forgot, Myrna, there are a lot of authors out there. I have one, Scott, he's actually writing a book. Oh, I'm probably shouldn't have said that. I didn't give too much information. But, he's going to be talking about using the device and stuff. It's crazy, really cool. Can't wait till that comes out.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. I'll definitely want to be informed about that one, because I love reading, in general. In my world, it's audiobooks, right? In the world of in the world of our awesome Betty Salvini from Last Spotlight, she's actually reading with the IrisVision, which is awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, wasn't that a cool interview?
That was very cool. Heartwarming.
Yeah. And James is right. People do so many things, and it could be the smallest thing, like adjusting your stove or seeing your microwave, or maybe just looking at old pictures. That's a big deal to some people, and it could be all the way to like working on a car. I have a person who is an airplane mechanic, and he was working on his airplane with IrisVision. There's people who do all kinds of different things. Of course, we don't encourage using power tools or anything like that. That's your decision. But
I use them.
we do have people like James who do use power tools. Again, that's a very dangerous thing. So be careful if you do decide to do that.
Know your limits. Know your limits.
Yes, absolutely know your limits. And by all means, as coaches at IrisVision, we encourage you not to do that, but you do what you choose to do, right? That's right. It's just amazing what people can accomplish, and the confidence and independence that people can regain from using their IrisVision. Everything from cooking. James, you do your series. Hey, when are we going to get another Grilling with James series here?
We got to do it quick, don't we? It's already summertime again.
Yeah, we got to get Grilling with James back up and running.
I still owe you guys a brisket, the smoking of the brisket, the final product.
That's right. That's right. So it's really cool what people are doing. And if you're out there and you're an IrisVision user and you want to connect with people that maybe are IrisVision users as well, put in the comments below your city and state, and you never know, maybe someone will come across it and say, hey, I live like 2 miles from there, or 15 miles from, not too far from there. And there you go, boom, now you're able to make a connection with someone. So again, in the comments below, leave your city and state, and maybe someone will see it and they're somewhere near you as well. And there's a group started right there, right, James?
Yeah, it's that easy. And if you guys watch this on YouTube later, then go to IrisVision Global and still leave your city and state. Yeah. That way other people can see there's others around, and you guys can connect that way. See what everybody's doing with it. I get lots of questions. Is there any other IrisVision users around my area? Well, this would be the best way for you guys to connect.
Yeah, exactly. For now, if you want to connect, absolutely.
For now, correct.
This is the best way. And again, like James said, we'll have these episodes on all of our social media platforms, and they all allow you to leave comments below. So please don't hesitate to leave your city and state, and then maybe you'll make a connection with someone. So I know how important it is, especially in this journey of sight loss. It's really intimidating sometimes, or scary, or it can even be depressing. So it's really nice to be able to connect with people who are going through a similar experience, and just kind of talk about what's going on with their lives and your life, and then you get an understanding of what they're going through, and maybe your situation isn't quite as bad as you thought it was, or vice versa, right?
That is correct. It
Yeah,
helps to hear from somebody else. They're going through the same, or they got an idea for that, helps
right.
out a lot. We're in the
I
same
hear
boat.
I hear all the time, James, and I'm sure you do too, that people are just so excited when, not excited, but like relieved, I guess, when they know that we're users of the device too, and we're coaching them through their journey and showing them how to use
Definitely.
their IrisVision, and we're able to give examples of real life situations for ourselves, right? And besides
Definitely.
that, the other experiences that we hear from other clients as well.
That
So
is correct.
yeah, very cool thing that IrisVision is doing. This is a great company, and just helping people every day regain their sight and see a new world. It's amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
So with that said, James, you got a pro tip for us?
I got a pro tip with the Inspire. If
Okay.
you're looking at it and you switch to something a little further away and it's not focusing in right, look at something close, let it re-autofocus, and then look away and it'll come in again. Or you could do what I do and take your finger over the camera and then pull it away and it focuses right in. Little pro tip
Nice.
there.
Very cool. And when you say put your finger over the camera, like in front, right? Not actually on it.
What's that?
When you say put your finger over the camera, it's over the camera, not actually on it, right? Because we
Well,
don't want
just covering the camera so it can't see anything because it's located above the nose. So you don't have to sit there and mash it. Just cover it and then when you move it away, it'll focus in on what you're looking at.
Yeah, I just want to clarify because we don't want to leave fingerprints on that camera lens.
No, don't touch the camera. Just put
Yeah,
it
don't touch
over.
the camera, just put your finger like in front of it.
You're gonna see a
People,
big monster come out, and all it is a little smudge.
right, right. Okay, so thank you all again for joining us for another episode of the Coaches Corner. Next episode, we're going to have a client spotlight. It's going to be an exciting one. I'm looking forward to it very much.
Yay.
User of the device, she's had the device for some time now, and she's
All
doing some
right.
really awesome things. So I'm not going to reveal too much more. And then in a couple of weeks from now, we're going to have another really exciting episode. So stay tuned. Stay up with with Coaches Corner. Like our page on Facebook, like our page on YouTube, subscribe, all the things, hit the button, the thumbs up, the bell, all the things, do it. Because we're coming up with some really cool stuff for Coaches Corner. All right,
Yes.
if you like this episode or any other episode that you see on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, please share it, like, share, comment, help the algorithm, guys. All right, thank you so much, James. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, ma'am. Nice talking to you, Myrna.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. We'll see you guys later. Hope to hear from you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.